Welcome to Reddit Reader. Which fictional character had the best character development in your opinion? Wall-E seems to have the most character development of any movie I've seen. I don't mean the most per individual, I just mean the most overall. What's interesting to me is that Wall-E himself doesn't seem to grow as a character all that much, but every time he meets another entity, the other entity grows, even if only a little. The captain's learning experience begins with having the computer analyze dirt. Moe's growth begins when he jumps off the line and realizes he's not being immediately punished. And the reason he jumped off the line was that Wall-E left a foreign containment trail. One of Wall-E's shortest interactions was with the robot hanging from the ceiling. I don't mean the autopilot. Wall-E was behind a cart and he simply waved hello to the ceiling robot. The robot looked at its arm and then it waved back. You can tell from the way it moves that the ceiling robot had never done this before. And on Wall-E's way out, the same robot appears again, but this time its wave looks more natural. Eve, who Wall-E spends the majority of time with, has the greatest amount of change in the movie. My favorite scene in relation to her is where she's watching her security footage after Wall-E gave her the plant. You can feel the heartbreak and the love blossoming as she finally realizes how much Wall-E actually cares about her. Later, when she repairs Wall-E, you can thoroughly feel her desperation and sadness as she realizes that Wall-E's computer has been reset and his memories erased. It makes the elation all that much better when he recovers. Even Wall-E's short interactions with John and Mary have profound impact. John gets knocked out of his hover chair, and Wall-E accidentally breaks Mary's. Because Mary's chair breaks, she loses her display, and she starts to actually look at the world around her rather than just at the screen. Later, she sees Wall-E and Eve and they're dancing, so she wants to show it to someone. She then bumps into John, who she accidentally has hand-to-hand contact with. Personally, I think this is the most physical interaction humans have had on the Axiom for a long time. We see babies all in hover chairs being taught by a robot. We also see the waving robot I mentioned earlier. Personally, I think the waving robot was creating test tube babies. We don't see any physical interaction between the humans other than John and Mary's interactions until the autopilot tilts the ship, and then John and Mary lock hands to save the babies. That likely would not have happened if either one of them hadn't met Wall-E. Shrek. From the movie Shrek. Shrek goes through a huge range of growth and emotional states. His background is apparent and woven into the story. Art. Steve Harrington, from jerk popular boyfriend to badass bat-wielding dingus. Otto Octavius and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. The movie is decent for me. We can all agree it's better than the next one. However, it's good to see an ex-good guy remember his morals. The scene where he says, "I will not die a monster," really got to me. And that's a spoiler for the end of the movie, I think. I don't know. Zuko from Atla. That scene where he faces off against Ozai is so fucking powerful and shows how much he changed since his banishment. He went from a scared and uncertain kid who just wanted to be accepted to be a more confident and enlightened person who realized just how much of what he was raised to believe was actually a lie. The line, "No, I've learned everything and I've had to learn it on my own," will always stick with me. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and subscribe so you do not miss our next upload.